Back at the Stan Sheriff Center, we've seen a rejuvenated Warrior team come back out onto the court, getting ready to go back to action. But first, I want to go over to Sean Carney, who's standing by with Associate Head Coach Jeff Hall.
We're here with Jeff Hall, men's head assistant coach for UH. What can we expect out of the break to combat what Lewis just did?
Well, they're playing really well, and we're playing really bad. We're giving them a lot of points, and we just have to be more efficient. We absolutely have to pass better, and then we have to take big swings and then continue to embrace rallies. Right now, we're playing a little scared, but I think we're going to be okay. I think the guys are going to come out fire for this third set.
Good luck, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Coach, thank you very much. Sean, thank you too. Let's take a look at the McDonald's match stats.
Well, for Hawaii, first thing that jumps out is the hitting percentage. Negative 053. That means they got more errors than they do kills. Hawaii's got to turn that around. Meantime, Lewis hitting double what they normally hit. So it's almost like a perfect storm. Lewis has got everything going for them, and Hawaii cannot get anything off the ground. And the other thing that I've noticed right away is the digs. Lewis with 20 digs, Hawaii with only 9. If Hawaii's going to score points and get in this game, they have got to play better defense. They've only got 3 blocks to Lewis's 9 as well. So the blocks and digs have got to ramp up. Otherwise, Lewis will run out and hide here in set number 3 as well. I like the fact that Charlie Wade, by the way, I noticed the starters out there right now, are the same guys that started the match. And I think to give them another shot is very, very important for them to regain their confidence.
Well, I think it's very obvious that they came out of the tunnel very hungry. They were forced to kind of Stephen Hunt after a Herculean effort last night, kind of sitting there on the sideline, and you could just, kind of like a little volcano, it's just simmering and bubbling up. Now he's ready to erupt, and you kind of get the feeling, and I agree with you. This is the same position this team was in last Friday night. They were down 2-0. They were swept. Even if they don't prove to come back in 5, to come back and take this third set would be a big leap forward and a very important stepping stone.
Absolutely. For them to win this set, I think would be huge. And if they could take it to 5, that would be even better. But even just come back and just play hard, play better defense, have a more efficient offense with fewer hitting errors, basically fewer self-inflicted wounds.
Nick West, good serve. And then the man with a 40-inch vertical. Powell with one swing. Powell right back and puts it right into the hands of J.P. Marks. And
that was a big-time swing. Trust me, that was a huge swing. Plus, you know, Nick West put on a good serve, and Howell popped it right up, or Powell, and then he goes up and hits it inside the three-foot line. It's hard to hit the ball there, let me tell you.
Knocked J.P. Marks back on his backside, and we are even at 1 here in the third set. Lewis taking set number 1, 25-21. Second set, 25-11, as Charlie Wade opted to get a couple more guys in there, get some playing time.
And the one thing Powell needs to work on, I think, is his jump serve. He struggled in the first set as well. Had a couple errors, actually got sub-4. And he may get sub-4 again later on, or maybe coach will leave him in to have him work it out, depending on what the score is.
Certainly has the jump portion of the jump serve down.
He does, yeah.
Talking about those self-inflicted wounds, Biscaro right back with a service ace of his own, tied at 2. Aaron Flick, he's had himself a pretty good night. Hunt out of the back row manages to squeeze it inside the triple block in the front row. Point Hawaii.
Boy, Lewis is just following Hunt wherever he goes. Look at that, all 3 blockers up. He's got 6 hands across, but it was not a well-formed block. There was pukas everywhere, and Hunt found one of them.
Marks with the service ace. And that's what Hawaii needs.
You know, I like the change of pace serving right now because Lewis does a pretty good job of passing the big heater. So to throw some change-ups in, I think is a great idea. I like that serve by J.P. Marks.
Marks again with the high toss and a second service ace. Puts it down in front of Jeff Powell. And Charlie Wade clapping his hands as a more than casual observer.
The young man out of Germany. He's played a lot of international volleyball. He knows the value of hitting different speeds of the serve. Maybe he'll hit a different one now. They seem to move up the serving pattern, so he hits the hard one.
Good swing on the other side by Jade.
Guess
Petty.
who else?
Petty now with a dozen kills in the match for the Flyers of Lewis. Small school of only 6,500 students, just on the outskirts of Chicago, playing out of the Midwestern Volleyball Intercollegiate Association. Biscaro chasing it down, and then out of the back row, Timmer hits it long.
Pretty good set by Biscaro there on the errant pass, and Timmer did the right thing with it, trying to go deep corner cross court.
Hawaii up 1, 4 serving 5. B.J. Boldog, B-O-L-D-O-G, he spells it. And Timmer, that one almost launched it into the first row. It hit up that big LED screen over there.
Timmer's got to do something better with that set for sure. 2 kills, 5 errors, 11 tries, negative 273.
And that served just long, so good job by J.P. Marks to scout that one out and realize it was floating. And such a hard thing to do when that ball's coming at you, what, 40, sometimes 50 miles per hour. You got about a, I don't know, not even a split second to make a decision.
Yeah.
Jared Lofi now floats it over, setting it up on the backside.
Somebody finally dug Petty.
And it was Marks. Hunt, not a good swing, gets it off the block. They're going to go right back to him. Hunt blocked again. Third time a charm. Hunt off Powell, and yes, 3 swings, and the third one proves successful.
Hunt, and more Hunt, and he delivered. He had great coverage by his defense too. That time he finally delivered. They couldn't dig him, but prior to that, Hawaii, Libero, Nick Costello, Lofi, all those guys in the back row doing a much better job of covering for Stephen Hunt.
And that time, Carbonier gets his big left arm whipping, and he puts down his 6th kill of the night.
Well, he's the other guy who's having a big night for Lewis. Now he's got Carbonier with 6 kills, no errors, hitting 600. So this is like, again, deja vu all over again from last Friday night against San Diego, where they had 2 players have career nights. And Lewis is doing the same thing. Got Petty hitting 526 and Carbonier hitting 600. Those are huge numbers.
Good look at Jeff Hall, the assistant coach, and Charlie Wade. Thanks to Coach Hall. So happy to be here in Hawaii with his wife and young family, and he expects and hopes to be here a long, long time. As that puts it down for yet another kill.
Jeff's a great recruiter as well, very personable, knows the Southern California area well with his contacts down there, knows the Northern California area well. We coached at Pacific and played there.
And you can see the focus on the face of Johan Timmer. And then he proceeds to hit it into the net. Point Lewis, they trail by 1. 8-7 here in the 3rd set. Hawaii down 2-0. Oh, how they would love to extend this match. And it doesn't get any easier tomorrow night. The 3rd-ranked Bruins of UCLA. Tell you what, when Hunt gets a good set, forget about it.
That was a picture-perfect play. Stephen Hunt with a good pass off a very difficult serve. With a set by Biscaro that was really just the right tempo for Stephen Hunt. He didn't get in there too early. He timed it just right. It was just the kind of set he likes.
Hunt with a big toss and a good serve. Powell, you talk about that leaping ability. Oh, well, you saw it right there.
He probably touches like 11-6 or something like that. He really gets up. Had a slow start with 3 errors to start the night, but he has come back to really play well.
And Carbonier Good serve in the zone. Marks. And they had to get it over as it went off 2 flyers. West, and West finally manages to put one down. He gets a good set, and when you get it up high, he has an opportunity to swing. At 6 feet 8 inches tall, he knows how to put it down.
Runs a little back quick. He's been successful on it most of the time in the 3 matches we've seen thus far. 4 matches.
West back to serve it up for Hawaii. They lead it 10-8 here in set number 3. Good serve. That one's going to come on over our way. Service ace Hawaii. Well, we talked about Hawaii serving tonight. Chris, 4 service aces, only 6 service errors. Lewis, on the other hand, no aces, 11 service errors. Well, judging by those numbers, you would say, okay, well, then Hawaii should be performing much better. And that time, West just a little bit long, but a good serve nonetheless. And sometimes, at least if you're going to miss it, like you say, miss it aggressively and at least be long. Don't hit it into the net. Exactly.
I like the comment by Charlie Wade in this morning's paper where he said Nick West missed a bunch of serves. He said, Coach, should I jump float? And he said, no, don't jump float. Your serve was great this week. It's going to come back. And there, right after that, he went on like a 4 or 5 point run to help their victory against Springfield.
And right back, Jared Lofi from Biscaro. And Biscaro back to serve.
Lofi's got to probably get a few more sets in West as well to keep their middles honest.
Oh, Timmer with a big block at the net, but a nice recovery by the Flyers. Off the block again. Chasing it down is Costello. Setting it up. Not a good set, but it's off the net. And that's going to be a point for the Flyers.
Good scramble that time by Nick Costello to get that up for Biscaro. Biscaro had a tough set to go all the way across the court to get it in the right spot. It was a difficult play.
And so Aaron Flick knocks it over. Who's got it? The answer, nobody. Not a good pass. Timmer was late in getting over and trying to cover it. And that's going to be an ace.
JP Marks usually a very, very steady passer. Just couldn't handle that one. He's going. Lewis serves tough, though, even though they don't have a lot of aces. They're tough.
Hawaii was up 4, but back-to-back points by the Flyers. A side out, a natural point, and it's 2 points, 13-11. And off the block, and a point for Hawaii as JP Marks gets a good swing on it.
Nick Costello with a perfect pass. Biscaro there just waiting for it. I'm not sure that was the wisest choice to go down the line, although I like that tool job off the left hand there. He also had a seam open that was available for him as well, as the middle blocker was late closing.
Marks with 5 kills now. Stephen Hunt leading Hawaii with 7 kills, but hitting only .048. Hawaii as a team hitting .029 versus .429 for the Flyers. And there was something that happened a couple of points ago that one of the Flyer assistant coaches went over to the official, and he was barking even before that last serve. And I'm not sure what they were questioning, because it was actually after a point that the Flyers won, but yet they were questioning something that they didn't like. And I'm not quite sure what it is.
I'm not privy to their conversation, but my guess is that it has something to do with, I guess Bert Fuller is going to go up and talk to Wayne Lee now. They'll discuss it. But
well, apparently we're being told now that the scoreboard here in the arena shows 14-11, but the official score apparently is 13-11. So,
okay.
Right now, Coach Friend is also saying, hey, you know, we're keeping score here. This is what
That's how much he respects this Hawaii team. He wants to score. He wants to make sure that every point that Hawaii earns is earned and is not a mistake of the scorekeeper.
And now it appears as though they have adjusted the scoreboard, because now it reads 13-11. So that assistant coach that jumped off the bench and saw something he didn't like. Well, yeah, you don't like it when they give the wrong team the point, and it's not you. Well, there you see Derek Iniuchi, the sports information director, but what everybody is cheering about here in the stands is on the big screen, a little one-year-old boy dancing in the aisles. He's about the only one dancing right now, so now Charlie Wade is going to come over and have a conversation. And right now, all eyes really focused up on the big scoreboard. And we got Derek Iniuchi. It is 13-11. Okay, he walked right behind us. And so there was an extra point that was put on the board. Meanwhile, all the fans really care about is that young boy dancing up there and just earned himself a T-shirt. There he is. He's a cute kid.
That T-shirt might fit him maybe 10 years from now.
There you go. Got to recruit early. It's not a gift. We're not jeopardizing
no
eligibility.
recruiting violations.
Right. Meanwhile, Coach Friend over there still engaged in conversation, as you see, with the official.
Meantime, JP Marks has had to go back and cool off on his serve. Remember, he's the one that's had 2 aces for Hawaii tonight. And if they want to freeze anybody, he'd be the guy they'd want to freeze, because he's been very effective with his little drop short serve. He's got his major heater. He's jumping up and down now, trying to stay warm.
Meanwhile, Coach Hall and Charlie Wade saying, okay, guys, we changed the score. Let's go, let's go. They're not disputing it. They want to play.
And Charlie Wade's using the opportunity to talk to Sam Biscaro, give him last-minute tips on where he wants the ball to be set. I think he wants the middles to get more involved, to be honest with you. There's been a lot of pressure on Hawaii's pin hitters, the hitters out and they hit the ball out in the antennas to put the ball away all the time. And I think the percentage of sets that are set to the middle aren't as high as Charlie Wade would like them to be.
Meanwhile, back in the arena, it's all about the people dancing in the stands. And we're not talking about Billy V, although he too is getting into the act. Now Charlie Wade's finally coming over and saying, okay, come on, guys, what's going on? What is it? Trying to see if I can listen into the conversation. They're right in front of us, but with the music blasting, can't quite hear what Charlie, who has his back to me, is saying.
This is the longest delay I've seen in, I think, my 27 years of broadcasting. This is
kind of reminds me of that University of Hawaii football game earlier this season on the road, where the WAC officials made some kind of a mistake, and it ended up being what, like a 23-minute delay between plays. We've probably been on what, 8-10 minutes already here, and this is a volleyball game.
Yeah, and the fans are getting anxious. They're not sure what's going on to correct that 14 back off to 13. They must be going back over point by point to decide whether or not the right decision was made for Hawaii to lose that 14th point and go back to 13. And they're going back and maybe...
Well, they got it all.
When Bert Fuller puts both hands up, that means they're ready to play.
Right. Well, we have our computers in front of us, and it's a play-by-play scoring, but it only shows us the last 4 sequences that have happened, and certainly if they need be, they can go back and check it line by line by line. But we're back in play, and maybe wisely Marks takes a little something off of it, and a little bit of confusion on the part of the Flyers.
I like the way that Marks took something off it. For that long a delay, for him to go up and try to hit something really hard, a very difficult jump serve, would not have been the wisest thing to do.
And meanwhile, wait a minute, Now they had 14-11, and now they backed it down to 13 again. So did they just take the point off the board? Yeah, they're saying no point. Replay the point again. I don't understand that.
Well, what happened there was Wayne Lee, I think, called an illegal back row block by their setter, and he was actually a front row player. He blew his whistle too soon.
But regardless, it looked like it was misplayed by the Flyers. That one.
But Wayne Lee blew the whistle when the setter touched the ball.
Gotcha.
As soon as he touched it, he was a back row attacker, and it was just it was an early whistle by the official.
Well, it is 14-11 now, really.
Yeah.
It's read that 3 times, but this time it really is. We're sticking with it. Crazy. Oh, what a great block by Johan Timmer.
Just slithered over the side. Yep, and Petty once again racks up another kill. Petty's getting a lot of one-on-one situations there on the outside.
And you see that ball fall just out.
I'm surprised that Hawaii isn't committing more blockers to him.
Across the net, Viscaro goes to Hunt. And I believe we have a net violation off the point, or antenna contact. And a point Hawaii, 15-12. Well, it took a while to get here. You take timeout.
OC Sports, presented on Oceanic Time Warner Cable, is sponsored by Bank of Hawaii and Kaiser Permanente.
All righty, back at the Sand Sheriff Center. We've had kind of a real crazy turn of events here, and the discrepancy over the scoring. The bottom line is it's all correct. It's where it should be. And we're at 15-12 Hawaii as they continue to try to fight back in this third set. And hitting it off the block is Jay Petty, who gets himself yet another kill. That's now 14 on the night. Well, he's coming back down to earth a little bit. He's only hitting 458 now. He was hitting well over 600 earlier.
He had 909 at one point, remember?
But by the end of the second set, he was still plus 600. And that one's going to be out. No, they're saying it's in. Service ace. No, wait a minute.
No. The linesman on the end line called good because it was even with the end line. The linesman on that goes the long way on the sideline, he called it out. So it was the correct call.
And there you see.
It looks like it's in because it's right on the line, but it was wide.
Powell off the block.
There's a ball control mistake right there. Hawaii's got to control the ball better.
Well, they controlled that one. Nick West gets up and puts it right back down the big roof. And that's what Hawaii needs, is a couple of big plays at the net. Hawaii's biggest lead of this third set, 17-13.
Well-formed block there. West got most of that one.
Timmer. And just out. Good serve. And just long. Well, again, Hawaii has been serving well tonight. That is only their 7th service, make that 8th service error to go with 5 service aces. Lewis, on the other hand, 1 ace, 12 service errors. Omar Sanchez. First time we've seen him inside. And he promptly hits it into the net. And Omar Sanchez is quickly sent back to the side. Matt Gallick back in. 18 serving 14. Stephen Hunt back for Hawaii. Back set. And another good swing by Carbonier.
Stephen Hunt just hit, in my opinion, the perfect serve. He went right at a guy who's just got in the lineup. There he is, Jeff Powell. He's the new kid in the block. You want to pick him the new kid in the block. And he has been absolutely money all night long with his passing.
Carbonier sails that one out. Side out Hawaii. And they continue to lead by 4. Well, right now, Hawaii will be happy to play a side out game.
Service error number 13, I believe.
Yep.
On the night for Lewis.
Lewis took the first set 25-21. They took the second set 25-11. And Nick West. Carbonier just forced to knock it over. Opportunity to set up Marks. Not a good swing, not a hard hit ball, but good for the kill.
Pretty safe set to the outside by Mascaro, and Marks just keeps it in play, loops it down the line, gets the kill. Hawaii finally gets a big lead.
And a big change in attitude. Stephen Hunt pumping his fist. Hawaii up by 5.
Find the perfect gift for any occasion at Big Island Candies. Click on BigIslandCandies.com to view their entire collection and place your order today.
Charlie Wade and Jeff Hall, they've drawn up some plays that Hawaii has executed here in this third set. And Hawaii has come out of that intermission a different team. And West out of the timeout hits that one into the net. Side out Lewis. They'll be serving 16-20.
Pretty aggressive swing out of the timeout by West, which is not a bad thing at all. I like seeing him be aggressive.
Greg Petty back to serve it up for the Flyers. Good pass by Hunt. Good swing by Timmer. And it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Net violation on the part of the Flyers. Statistically, does Timmer still get that kill?
He's really, yes, he does. If he draws a blocker into the net, that's his kill. You know, he's really struggled tonight. Those numbers are not good at all. Like he's going to be subbed out right now.
Yep. Harrison Carroll, the 6'1 junior out of Orange Coast College. Biscara. Good serve by him. And another good swing going cross court. Is it in? And it was all over the antenna. It was all over the net. Question is that a net violation or was it after the fact?
I believe he netted before the ball hit the ground.
Yep,
it's Hawaii's ball. Hawaii's
ball.
point.
Well, he hurt himself.
Somebody could have been hurt there, I'll tell you.
And that's Jay Petty. That's the guy who's been everything.
He's a large dude, let me tell you, too.
Let's take a look at this one. You can see he just kind of, he hung up his non-hitting arm. It was his left arm that he got caught on the tape, the lower part of the net that's actually outside the court. Nonetheless, it's a Hawaii point.
Dan Friend, the coach, is probably asking, wasn't the ball down first? And Brian Fuller says, no, he netted before the ball reached the ground.
So point Warriors. Let's not go through that again. Already had about a 12-minute delay in this set over a point errantly awarded to Hawaii. Biscara, another good serve. Carbonier dug up. Well, there's Harrison Carroll. Another net violation, but a lot of hugs and cheers for Harrison Carroll. And the Warriors now closing in on this third set. Well, we said, let's take it one step at a time. We said it would be a huge step for Hawaii to come back and win this third set. Now we can start talking about the fourth set. And dare we start thinking 5 yet?
Yeah, I'm interested in the substitution that Charlie Wade has made. Harrison Carroll, we haven't seen him at all. He comes in, he's a junior college transfer from Orange Coast College. Charlie told me earlier he's going to be a defensive and serving specialist. And he played at Mater Dei, a good high school volleyball program. Played at Balboa Bay Club, another good club program. Played in 16 matches last year. So about half the schedule. But clearly, I did never in my wildest dreams thought Charlie would be putting him in the front row to win the match against Lewis, who's just smoked Hawaii the first couple of games. So kudos to Harrison for obviously doing something in practice that impressed Charlie.
Yeah, especially when you have Brooke Sador, who we've seen. You have Taylor Averill.
They each had their chances and didn't shine right away. So maybe that's why Charlie's going to a third person.
Well, he has the luxury to do that because when he put him in 2 points ago, Hawaii was up 21-16. So
Now he's at 23.
Strategically, right. Strategically, it's an excellent move by Coach Wade because he's saying to himself, without saying it 100%, okay, this set looks kind of in the bag. Let's mix it up. And let's kind of maybe go down the list and let's get somebody who's hungry.
Yeah, and I like the way that Stephen Hunt was just high-fiving each guy on the bench.
Yeah.
Saying this game is not over. We got 2 more points to win. Let's stay focused. See how he hit Harrison Carroll on the head there? Give him a little knuckle on his head.
And that's what I had said right out of the intermission. I saw Steve Hunt come back onto the floor, pumping his fists as if to say, okay, guys.
Yeah, now's the time.
Right.
The end is in sight for at least this set.
So Hawaii 2 points away from extending it to a 4th set. Kind of get the feeling that everybody who's settled into the Stan Sheriff Center is more than happy to stay here just a little bit longer. Ball knocked over. Opportunity for Hawaii. Averill, or rather JP Marks into the match. Oh, what a terrific save going over to the bench by Bulldog. And again, it's what a swing by JP Marks.
That swing overshadowed the defense of Roberto Torres Davis, who made 2 terrific digs. Oh my goodness, and a good save right there. Keep the ball alive. And then JP Marks just unloads. What a swing.
Set point for Hawaii. Blocked at the net. And who was it? Number 16, Harrison Carroll. Oh my goodness, Charlie Wade. That's an amazing piece of coaching. He saw something, he went with his gut, and he turns out to be prophetic in putting Harrison Carroll into the match. We're going to the 4th. Stick around, everybody. It's starting to get fun at the Stan Sheriff Center.